Hello everyone, welcome to the stream of International Women's Week. My name is Katka, I am an organizer of this event and I would like to warmly welcome you here. It's a hard times for all of us, but I hope we can all enjoy a little bit of education and fun during this stream. So this event is organized by women communities of GUC-CZ, which is Women Will and Women Tech Makers. Both are initiatives by Google. Our goal is to educate the society in technologies, and we are using different ways, and our different guests are helping us to achieve this. This time, I would like to welcome amazing ladies Anja and Antonija. You will see them in a second. Ladies are both product designers in a company kiwi.com, and they will tell us more about how they came to this amazing role, how they become who they are now, and how we can all achieve this through different experiences. This is also the place I would like to thank our sponsors and partners. Thank you so much. You made this all possible. And now I am giving the word to ladies. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, so now it's yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you one more time to joining us. My name is Anja, and together with my colleague Antonija, we will sharing with you how we grow through different experiences. We hope you will enjoy the journey through our experience and learn something or just find an inspiration for yourself.
So as designers, people often ask us to do some magic, refer to us as Kiwis that like to jam, which means that we like to work together on some new explorations. And when speaking with people outside tech community about our job, we may sound like we are speaking another language. But today we'd like to share our story of how we became product designers, and we took an example of sports, which we both played during growing up. And sports have similar processes as design, and also showed how that experience left us with some lifelong values that are applicable in our workspace. So for a little introduction, I'm sending a big hello from Zagreb and Croatia. My name is Antonija, and I'm product designer in kiwi.com. I'm working on internal tools that are supporting our customer support agents. And in the beginning of my career, I was a self-taught designer, and I jumped from fashion design and photography to digital product design. I spent 4 years freelancing and 2 years in a digital agency. I was working on various projects. I was building those projects from the ground up and across different platforms and in different industries. Also, I'm engaged in the design community through IWD Croatia, and I am a design mentor and the local initiative Mentoring Byte. Besides work and design, I also love to do illustration. I love hiking and crocheting. And I joined kiwi.com the same day as Anja.
Hello, one more time. As I said, my name is Anja. I have a little over than 6 years of experiences, mostly working on several B2B and B2C products that include design for all platforms and for different devices such as mobile, tablet, interactive panels, or a smartwatch. I joined the kiwi.com 6 months ago on the same day as Antonija, as she mentioned. And I'm working in the engagement team on the customer side of the product. Beside that, I'm a huge Lego brick fanatic, as you can see behind me. I love to explore new places and travel around the world. And I can say it is the best possible opportunity to work on the product that actually combine my two pleasures, and that's design and travel. In my free time, I try to spend as much time as possible with my dog. And I just want to share one fun fact about me. Actually, if I weren't a designer, I would be hopefully a professional tennis player. So after our short intro, we can continue to our topic today. What does the sport have to do with design? Antonija and I, we are former athletes, and we realized how much sport actually helped us to achieve a professional career today as a product designer. I'm a former tennis player, and I played basketball for a few years, and Antonija is a former volleyball player. What is common to sport and design is that you need to deliver the best results in specific time frame. So let's answer other questions. What does the sport have to do with design? When we talk about sport, we all know it's about pushing your limits to achieve the goals. It's also about staying focused. Still, it is also all about teamwork. We, as an individual contributors, give the maximum of ourselves to contribute to the team. In a sport and design, there are some phases of how to achieve the best possible results, with the final point, delivering the best result in the tight deadline.
So when we talk about sports, the first phase that we have is a research phase. In sports, that could be time to collect all the information about the team we are going to play the match with. We can evaluate how the team plays, how individual players play, what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, how important it is to us in this moment to win this match. And also, maybe we want to try some new things during this match. Also, research phase in sports is a phase of self-evaluation to see and estimate also our strengths and weaknesses. And we can connect all these processes to the research phase in design. In product design, this phase is the same, but environment is different. We are exploring the industry and we are exploring the competition. We are learning as much as possible about our client, about their business and their industry. We want to see how their brand stands in comparison to competition. And we are trying to find some new opportunities or identify the needs this business and their customers have.
A good result is not only in strength, it is also a well-prepared strategy. In this phase, we are preparing a strategy for how we will win the match, or on the other hand, when we talk about the product, how we will successfully launch the product on the market. Successfully also means how we will organize our work, our scope, and timeline to be ready at the deadline that we agreed on. To prepare a product strategy, we need to know about stakeholders' vision, but also about our target audience needs. We also need to agree on the features and identify the unique position a product will have on the market. This step, preparation step, actually speaks for itself in a sport world. Without meaningful team preparation and training and individual workout, the team cannot win a match. If we are looking from a design perspective, strategy and preparation phases lean one to another. And actually here we collect all materials from all phases, and we are ready to start exploring possible design solutions. After exploration and preparing a design based on research, we user test explored flows and features to get answers that will actually reflect set goals and follow us to the next phase.
So the next phase is creativity. In sports, it's a match time where you apply all the learnings from previous phases, from research, preparation, and strategy, and show it through your creative moves in the field. In our work of product design, that means that all collected informations and our answers from previous phases are used in this production phase, and now we know exactly what to create. Also, creativity combines creating the most meaningful features and user flows together with creating a unique visual design to stand out from the competition. In each game, in the end, we get the result. We do retrospective on the performance to improve ourselves and our team, and to improve training process and next matches we are going to have. On the product side, we do the same. We want to achieve the best results and positive user feedback, but we also learn a lot from the constructive feedback that is most important in the product development. You look back to the results and the data to see what needs to be improved. But there is no space to take a timeout. The work is never done, and we always try to do better and iterate. There is always something you can improve, and we loop this results phase back to the research phase and do the whole process again. Also, same, which is really important in sports, is the team. So we have here a little quote from Mike Montero, which says, "Design is a team sport, and a team with cohesive chemistry always beats a team with a few prima donna superstars." This is also applicable in design teams. It is important that we push each other forward, but also that we feel nice while we work together and that we support each other in our work.
So let's talk about all charms of different experiences. We both have experience working as a freelancer designers and working in the design team in a different agencies. Our experiences are separated, but we are both richer for the new experience and knowledge that we are now applying to the product in kiwi.com. I would like to share with you my, I call it once in a lifetime experience, where we as a small creative studio in that moment came to a big agency with more than 200 employees in 1 month. So I got my first job in a small creative studio with a team of 4 designers with a total number of 9 employees. Our focus was mainly on creating a website and creative interactive products for museum exhibitions. And in that studio, I started my career and I started learning about digital products. In one moment, after a few months when I joined that small creative studio, we received a news that we will, together with another company, become a medium-sized company with a bigger design team. We actually moved all together to the bigger office. And this should give us the opportunity to work on an even wider range of different digital products. And also that allow me to improve my skills even wider. After 1 month, we received another news that because of some business reason, that merging thing will not happen with that company, but we will merge with another company, which is one of the leading agencies on the creation market. And we moved again after 1 month. The point here is that opportunity that I had was an amazing and unique experience in a really short period. I had the ability to see how design team functioned from the really small design team to the big team with more than 35 designers. Having that experience to see how a design team is built from scratch actually gave me a higher perspective of every role and every role responsibility from my beginnings in this industry. I stayed in that agency for 5 years before I came to the Kiwi.com, where I am now. So let's see what lesson learned from the agency experience. What is typical for the agency is actually dynamic. Every 3 or 4 months, I got a new project. It is a great opportunity to create a different project for different platforms and also for a different audience. When I say different, I mean completely different business-to-business and business-to-customer project for US market in that moment. I was working on a product such as mobile apps for smart homes, mobile app for reading children's stories, website for live events like this one, and all the way to the music smartwatch app. All those products helped me to improve my skills. And also I learned what questions to ask and how to think about business goals, and also what are the users' goals when they will use that product. From my beginnings in the agency, I was working on a project with a lead designer that actually helped me how to become a lead designer on the project and how to be included in every phase, which means from discovery phase, research, workshops, and everything related to discovery to the launching a product. So do you remember that perspective from the sport, those phases that we mentioned? All those phases I applied during creating a product. So let's continue and talk a little bit about timeline. Every start is actually the same. You need to learn something. I, as a designer, I need to learn about client needs. I need to learn about business, but also I need to learn about their customers. Mostly, clients have their own vision about the product they want to build and what they want to build, and they have actually a lot of ideas. Bigger budgets allow us to be creative, especially when we talk about user experience. But the budget is almost never that wide to give you ability to build actually everything. But in the end, you need to educate a client and help them to understand what they actually want and what they actually need from that product that we are going to build. As a lead designer on the project, I was responsible for estimations and for timeline that I mentioned. And I just want to say, estimate every feature and estimate every screen. Create a plan when you will design which screen, and that is the best possible way to respect a deadline. The agency way of working taught me how to collaborate with different roles. I'm a designer. I'm creating the app. I'm designing the flows and screens. But I'm not the only one who is building the product. That means collaboration with developers, with project managers, with product owners, and of course, collaboration with client gave me a knowledge that helped me today in my daily job. The best part of collaboration is the learning part, because from every role you can learn something new that will help you to become a better in your role. Products that I have been working on gave me a knowledge about development side too. That small but really important knowledge leads to the better quality design solution. And when I said I learned something about development, that doesn't mean I know how to write a code, but I know what can be implemented in some timeline or some budget. I was in constant communication with the client on a daily basis. And actually in that moment, I learned how to lead meetings and also how to argue design more structured. And at the end, about agency, I would like to mention some limitations. But when I say limitations, I mean actually about opportunities. Limitations train you to deliver within the given time frame the best you can. The ability to follow the product after launch actually motivates me to make design decisions responsibly and to test every possible flow before launch. Our role as a product designer is creating a product. This role is really responsible because it should bring some money to our clients, and thus the limits make us more resourceful. And at the end, don't let the limits limit you. Explore and play and be creative with solutions.
And I will talk a little bit from the perspective of freelancing. Freelancing has some specifics, and one of them is freedom. I had the freedom to steer my time and education in the direction that I wanted. But since I'm the only one that I'm the only designer on the team, it usually took me longer time to master some new skills or learn something new than it would take me if I was within a bigger design team. Also, freelance gave me freedom to pick the projects I will be working on. And I always try to pick the projects that will help me grow professionally. Also, I had opportunity to pick the people I'll be working with. And I was trying to surround myself with people I can learn from. One example for that are developers, from which I've learned a lot, because although we work in different mediums, we work on the same product and have similar processes, and we can rely on each other. Another point of freedom in freelancing is that you are working remotely and that you can work from anywhere you want. Also, a big part of freelancing is communication and collaboration. Working remotely for clients, we team across different cultures and different time zones, showed me how important communication and presentational skills are in my work. Also, I got the knowledge from that fact that when people have the same interest, they collaborate well together and there are no borders between them. Also, to have a good collaboration, I needed to master the skill of elaboration of my work and selling my work to my design team and furthermore to the clients or new leads. Also, since I was working alone, working and learning solo also pushed me to attend a lot of meetups and conferences, and as a result, I've met a lot of interesting people that helped me grow with sharing their experiences. And in freelancing, there is something always going on under the surface. So when freelancing, you are a one-man band, and you need to have, I needed to have stamina and perseverance to settle up my business and to make it continuous and to have a steady cash flow. And usually I was working in a way that I would work on one project at a time, and at the end of the project, I would start to look for another one. But since it is really high-paced environment, I would always have a little break between two projects. Also, I learned the importance of developing my own processes, because otherwise, if you don't do that for yourself, someone else will do that. And if that happens, a project can get delayed or go in unwanted direction. And also that led me to importance of owning my own work. To be my own boss, I also developed skills of self-management, prioritization, and organization. And a downside of freelancing is having a big dose of imposter syndrome. Because since I don't have anyone to ping from and I don't have a design team to rely on, I started everything by myself and on my own. I was always questioning myself, yeah, am I good enough? Do I know enough? Is my work reliable? And the main takeaway from freelancing, it would be that freelancing teaches you how to combine multiple roles into one person. And now we wanted to show you a perspective of working in a product. Now we are in the same company, working on Kiwi, for Kiwi.com, but we are working on different parts of our product. Anja is working on consumer side of the product, and I'm working on internal tools for our customer support. Product itself has some own specifics. We always work in a smaller chunks of work since product is already launched and out there. We try to introduce small features to the market or use or take some specific features and try to iterate them. So product really is like a living organism. It's constantly changing depending on the market, and we try to optimize in parallel. So while we work on the product, the market is really tangible. And because of that reason, we are heavily dependent on research and data. We are constantly gathering the feedback and trying to incorporate our feedback in our design decisions to make our design decisions be informed. The big difference between working on a product, especially in the tech industry, and freelancing and agency is that while working on the product, there is no need to educate the client. And because while you are working in freelancing or in an agency, clients usually don't have a tech background. They don't know all the roles that need to be involved in the process of creating a product. And they don't know which processes we have. And that is not the case when you are working on a tech product, when everyone is aware of the importance of each phase of design or development. Other specifics in product are that we are really a big company. We have more than 1,000 people. And we have a lot of different roles within the company that are not related to product production, like design or development. And we have a lot of collaboration among these different departments. Also, we are a really big design team. We consist of 36 people that include like 6 separate design teams that are working on the parts of the product. And each design team has its own like product designers, UX researchers, and UX writers. And to keep such big product consistent, we are very dependent on having our design system, which enables us to have consistency on the product and bring speed to our work. Also, specifics of working on the product is that company is really aware about the importance of investing a lot of time in the left side of the design process, which means investing a lot of time in the user experience. Because when working in freelancing and agency, most of the time clients are really focused on the end goal and want to get there as soon as possible. But when working on the product, company is really aware of the importance of answering all the questions before starting any production. Also, since we work in kiwi.com, which is, like I said, more than 1,000 people, it is important to promote the work that we are doing as designers and to show others the benefits that we bring to the product.
And here on this screen, we just wanted to show you the example of the products that we are working on. On the left side, you can see a small part of the product that Antonio is working on. And on the right side, you can see a small part of our customer product that is my responsibility. What I love the most about working on the product is actually focusing on one specific domain, one part of the product in a long term. Now I have the ability to A/B test everything every time when I want, and everything that we think it's needed. We have ability to create a fake door test or just launch something and wait for the result. If you remember how I mentioned that in the agency, I worked in every phase of building a product. Here in a Kiwi, I'm focusing only on one part and constantly working to find opportunities for product improvement. But now I'm collaborating with researchers and with content writers. And although I did it all by myself in agency, like writing a copy, research, competitive analysis, I run some workshops with clients. Collaborating with the experts in these specific roles, it's even better because I, as a designer, I cannot be an expert in every part of building a product, but now I can learn a lot from my colleagues. And everything you're doing, just keep your focus, iterate, and try again if you fail. And for the end, we just want to give a short conclusion about some lessons learned with agency as a freelancer or working on a product. If we compare all the experiences, we can say that each experience has its own advantages or disadvantages for a reason. Still, one thing is common to every type of work or every type of company, that is strived for design quality and primary focus on the user experience. We have ability to, through our experience, to develop hard skills by creating diverse products. Dynamic tempo definitely teaches us how to be self-organized, how to prioritize everything that you are working on a daily basis. That means also really good time management that is really crucial for respecting the deadline. Also really great opportunities to build communication skills, like communication with clients on a daily basis, but also with a collaboration with different roles you're building your communication skills too. We learned that we need to listen to the target audience to improve the product. We always need to search for new opportunities because there is always somewhere the new opportunity, and use the research and data to build a successful product. And what to say, surround yourself with people that will challenge you outside of your comfort zone, and you will improve yourself definitely.
So to jump back to the first question of our presentation, what does sport have to do with design? We can say that the process is the same. We have the research, strategy, preparation, creativity, and results phase. And after results, there's no timeout. We look back to research and do the whole process again. Also, sports can also provide us with great stamina and mindset, which is focused and can deliver under pressure and different circumstances. And all these experiences that are connected can help us in our workspace. And at the end of our journey, from our experience, we can conclude that we can learn and grow through different experiences that at first glance don't feel similar or connected at all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. It was amazing. I learned a lot. So, everyone watching us, please, if you have any questions, post them in the comments or like the chat section. I will now ask you a few questions that I had during the presentation. So my first question is, what does it mean for you, the motto of this event, which is progress, not perfection? What does it mean for you personally? Anja, you can start.
Motto and perfection, you said?
I said progress, not perfection. This is the
sorry.
motto of this. Yeah. This is the motto of this
progress,
week.
not perfection. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can say that I, as a designer, I always try to build something that is perfect, and nothing is perfect, right?
I love it. This is a great answer.
Yeah. So we always try to have the better progress, in everything that we're designing or try to research or something. So progress is always visible if you are searching for improvements, and if you're asking a lot of questions, and with those answers, the progress will be visible because you will constantly iterate. So I would say we always try to create something perfect, but there are also limitations that I mentioned in the presentation, but that's also motivation for me personally.
So you always aspire for the perfection.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Thank you. Antonia.
Yeah, I agree with Anja. I also always try to balance perfection and progress, but I'm trying to set my mind that better done than perfect. So since our work never stops, you will always have a chance to improve and iterate. So yeah, we also need to deliver, and we try to do it the best way possible. But yeah, it's better that it's done than perfect.
I love it. 2 different approaches, 2 different experience, same growth. Awesome. Thank you so much. My next question is, what was the most challenging experience in your careers? You both had quite rich careers in a quite short time. And my question is, did you have any a very big fuck up or something that happened that you were not prepared to deal with and you had to? What happened? Antonia?
Well, I would say the most challenging was the start of my career, because I was very green and I started from several different industries and learning everything about design as I could on my own. So when I had my first project, I was building the product from the ground up and doing it from the start till the end, and with all the prototypes and all flows covered and everything. So the most challenging was to do that work and deliver, and at the same time learn as much as possible to patch my knowledge gaps. And yeah, that was really challenging for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
Anja.
I can say the most challenging part of my professional life, let's call it like that, was also the situation that I presented to you when we merged with the bigger company. So I wanted to, it's also a challenging time, but it's really unique experience. And I'm so happy that I had that experience, no matter that was challenging. But, you know, I joined the small company with less than 10 people. And after a few months, when all those merging things happened, we become a large agency. So you just need to switch your mindset and way of work, how you work in the small group, in a small team. And after a few months, you are in a, I can say, maybe the largest the largest team in that moment in Croatia. And we actually built the design team, I don't want to say from scratch, but we set the roles, we set, you know, the small teams into one in one team. So it was challenging for me, but also I learned a lot from that phase of my life. And I think that those challenges, but also that experience give me opportunity to be in a position where I am today.
Thank you. Both great answers, both full of insight. Thank you so much. This is the end of our presentation, of our talk. I would like to thank you again for being here. I would like to thank everyone who is on the stream for watching. If you are interested in GUK activities, you can definitely check our website. If you are interested in what Kiwi does, you can definitely go to jobs.kiwi.com to check out, maybe join ladies in their office with your skill set. And see you at the next one. Bye.
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye.